The Empire of Japan. Friends and allies of the Nova Roma Imperium, the Japanese control the Far East of Asia, the Pacific Theater. The Japanese have recently been engaged by the American fleet off the coast of Hawaii and have been defeated in a grand battle. The Americans rule the waves in this theater, and now they control the balance of forces in the Pacific Theater. The Japanese Navy has been roughly halved with the presence of the remains of their forces off the coast of Southeast Asia, and now Japanese is faced with that choice of where to put their resources. Should they focus on their army or their navy, or perhaps some combination of the two? The FEC have gradually pushed themselves towards the Southeast Asia theater, recapturing British Malaya, Cochin China, and as well as Annam Tonkin. We see, of course, the Anzac are building up their navy as well off the coast of Australia. The CCP have made a daring lunge out from Shenxi, capturing Hopei and Shantung, but now retreating back into Shenxi. The Soviet forces have recaptured central Mongolia, but otherwise begin to draw troops away from the Soviet Far East to the Western Front, where they are sorely needed. So the Japanese find themselves faced with several strong enemies. Across the Pacific Ocean, they see the Americans, but on land, they see the daringness of the CCP forces as they occasionally dart out to plunge their attacks against any Japanese territory that they can freely grab. The Japanese have decided on a daring maneuver and have laid out some instructions. The Emperor of Japan sits on a beach somewhere, unperturbed by the conflict, and therefore we should take heart in his peace and tranquility as he sips mojitos on a beach somewhere on some sandy beach, leaving us to his advisors to take care of his nation in his absence. Welcome all, my name is Jinx, and I am going to be playing on behalf of the Japanese at the moment. Fighting Irish is feeling a little under the weather, and so I stepped in to assist him as he assists Major Foe in playing of Japan. So I have a detailed list of instructions as to what to do. Let's see how much I can mess it up. My anticipation is not to mess it up too terribly, but we shall see how that goes. I think I'm fairly up to date with what Japanese forces are present. I know that there's a little bit missing in this theater. In Soyan, I believe it's something like 2 infantry. I believe this medium armor is somewhere here, and perhaps there's the cavalry here, but I'm not entirely certain. Those are the instructions that Major Foe has, and so perhaps I made a mistake, perhaps not. Also, there's an absence of this mechanized infantry. Not sure exactly what his plans are there, but it might come into play as I read later on in regards to non-combat a little bit later on. I see that there is mention of mechanized, but this medium armor, I believe it was in Western China, Western Manchuria, but perhaps it wasn't. It's somewhat tough for me to say at this point. So that's the only discrepancy that really sticks out to me. Everything else I think is fairly on point with what we need. So let's get started. Oh, sorry, a second one is perhaps a transport up in C-Zone P14. I think that is the case, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll just go with what the instructions are, and hopefully we don't make too many mistakes. Let's start off with the tech rolls, and they are on this side of the map. Now, on these ones, I'm not sure how many pips reside on top of these Japanese ones. For every miss that we roll for tech, then that increases our likelihood of getting it next turn by +1. But I don't have any pips laid out on those ones, so hopefully that works out too. We haven't messed up. Our instructions are to roll for improved factories and advanced submarines. So these 2 dice. Now, it should be pretty easy if the dice work out in our favor here. Let's see. Over 7 for sure is ideal. And we don't have a single one. Misses on both. So that is pretty unfortunate. So we get pips placed on improved factories as well as long-range aircraft. Too bad. Too bad. Those are quite valuable ones. I think they are anyways. Improved construction I really quite like, but those ones would have been quite nice to get in our pocket. Anyways, hopefully luck turns around for us. I see I haven't actually set out our purchases here. I thought I had, but turns out I haven't. This is what we might get for the Italians when the time comes. But let's take a look at what the instructions are. The Japanese have 55 IPC to spend. So with those 55 IPCs, I'm going to get rid of all this here. Get it out of our hair. Oopsie daisy, not what I wanted to do. Alright, with those there, what we're going to do is just go off the list here. They get a free fortification in Wake. So let's just duplicate this fortification right here. Clone. And place it here. They also are going to get, for 10 bucks, they're going to get coastal artillery, which will be somewhere here. There we go. Coastal artillery. Carry that to our portion of the map here. Boom. Now, we have some other things going on here. We get 2 militia upgrades, so let's put a couple of militia up there. Infantry, here we go. And I know I'm going to need a couple of these later on. So I'm going to just move them over here. and a militia, and a marine. Okay. Alright, so we have 1 free fortification we get as a bonus. We get 2 coastal artillery for 10. We get 2 on 2 militia upgrades, so that means I can place these here as 2 infantry. We also get medium armor. I don't have that laid out here. Medium armor, medium tank, there we go. Medium tank. Then we have a minor port. Now I don't have any minor ports laid out, so let's go over here and grab this minor port. Boom. And let's unlock it before. Unlock the minor port. Excellent. Minor port, 2 militia on midway. So that's 2 of these guys right here. Does that say 2 militia? Oh no, $2 on a militia in midway. Okay, so that's not right. Then we have a naval transport. Again, I have to reach over here and grab it. Naval transport. Then Finnish battleship. Boom. Finnish battleship. Because he has Kitabutai that costs 5. $10 to start 2 battleships on stage 3. That's not going to be up here. I know I have it backwards. Whoops. And then I have 2 marines on Kyushu. So 1, 2. And 1 militia on Suyan. There we go. I bet you I'm going to be reviewing this a little later on, but there we have it. Those are our purchases. So I'm going to click and drag it actually and put it somewhere near to where the action is here. Now we go to the combats. Rating. Now I believe perhaps this British coastal submarine is off the map. So we're going to go with our rating first. We have the seaplane here off Formosa is going to go to P50 and engage those sea lanes there. I'm going to grab ourselves a little marker to represent attacks. Let's grab this one. Attacks. And we're also going to send these 2 coastal submarines, or our instructions are to send these 2 coastal submarines here as well. So there'll be 3 rating lines going there. And we have a few attacks in this theater as well. Siam is going to be a walk-on. We're going to go into British Malaya, into Cochin China, as well as we have one more attack up here in Anam Tonkin. Now what's going where? Okay, so these coastal subs, and this one will put off there. Starting with Siam, we have a transport off of P41, that's this guy here, grabbing an infantry from Hong Kong. It's going to come down here and walk onto Siam. Boom. Alright. From sea zone P50. Good, good, good. In Cochin China, we're going to send an infantry from Hong Kong off transport from 41. So we could probably do the same thing. This infantry is going to drop off in Cochin China. Oops. Cochin China. Or maybe this other one. It doesn't really matter. One in Cochin China and one in... Yeah, one in Cochin China and one in Siam, right? So for the 2 submarines. There'll be more coming off those. 1 marine from Kyushu off transport from P14. So P14 is here. It's going to go 1, pick up a marine, 2, 3 to the sea zone, and drop off the marine in Cochin China. Sorry, Cochin China is this one here. So we have an infantry and marine so far going to Cochin China. Next up, we are still looking at Cochin China. We have 2 shore bombers from these 2 ships into Cochin China. Right on. Okay. Alright. Anam Tonkin from Yunnan. We're sending in 2 infantry to Yunnan. From Yunnan, rather, into Anam Tonkin. We're sending from Kwangtung. We're sending in 1 infantry and a medium bomber from Hunan going to Kwangtung as well. I hope I have these numbers right. I really do. Okay. A marine from Kyushu. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. A marine from Kyushu is coming into that direction as well. Same transport that offloaded in... The same transport that offloaded from into Cochin China. Alright. Or perhaps there's this one here, the 41. Okay. Moving on from that. Artillery from Hong Kong. Transport offloading Cochin China. So here... Is that right? No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that guy's coming off the transport and landing in Anam Tonkin. I just read this wrong. Artillery from Hong Kong off transport from P41, offload in P50. Same transport offloading in Cochin China. But that's saying it's going to Kwangtung, no? That wouldn't work because P50 doesn't reach Anam Tonkin. I'm assuming because it's under the line here for Anam Tonkin, I'm assuming Let's see. So far we have... Does this work? If we go here, then artillery could be loaded up as well as the one from up north. Oh yeah, no wait, we could have one coming... Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one works. Dropping one marine there and one marine there. That one works. These three... Well, one of them was here. He could pick up. These guys go, okay, 2 there. Alright, there, that takes care of that. One transport could drop off that, I think. Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Because one infantry from Hong Kong here, one infantry from Hong Kong there. Then we have a marine coming from up north here. 2 marines, one going to Anam Tonkin, one here. Okay. So that leaves us with one transport left in here. I believe that one can go pick up the artillery. Let's see, that one went those 2. This one picked up the artillery. I believe that works. Oh, this is difficult. If I go strictly by what it says here, I don't believe he can go into artillery from Hong Kong offload, off transport permit from P41 offload in P50, same transport offloading into Cochin, China. I don't think that works from P50 to drop load in Anam Tonkin. Yeah, that's my thinking. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. So we'll have to calculate this in a bit. Let's see, we have artillery. 1, 2, so wait, so far we can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 3 transports. 1, 2, 3 so far. Okay. We need 1 up here for sure. 1 from up north came there, right? And then we have these guys coming in from the Philippines. So we'll have to double check in a moment, but I think this might be a slight error. Okay, shore bombardment from this battle cruiser into Malaya. So that's the first thing. Infantry from Philippines in the same transport offloading into Siam. Okay, let's try that. Infantry and artillery from Philippines onto transport. Okay, we'll count out how many guys left. And then this destroyer is going to take the last marine. So Philippines is emptied out of troops. We have these guys all going into Malaya. Seaplane attacking there. Fighter is also going to be attacking out here in Malaya as well. Alright. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units coming in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have enough ships for that. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4, so... That's going to be tough to swing this one. Well, we have this transport here as well. Okay, I think that comes up next. Yeah. Goodness, this is all back and forth. Okay, landing on the light carrier here is the plan. Alright, the rest is for up north. Okay, so this transport here is going to swing up to P14 and offload an infantry, and I believe a marine, into Shantung. Okay, we're going to go into Hopei with an infantry from Peking. So we missed out on infantry from Peking. Shantung, marine and infantry from Peking, offload from transport from 42. Fighter from Peking, land in Rihe. So there's going to be a fighter coming here. Over here into Shantung. Going to grab some more of these battle markers. I'll review things momentarily, right? Just to make sure we all got it figured out. Okay, let's start from the top again. Combat rating is easy. We have this seaplane and 2 coastal subs. Next one up, we have Siam, infantry from Hong Kong, offloaded into Siam using this transport that's coming from P41. So it just came here. It also carried a second unit. It's listed further down. So we need to line that one up. Siam, we have 1 infantry. One guy's coming there. Okay, alright, we'll take care of that momentarily. Cochin China, infantry from Hong Kong, off transport from 41. So the second transport is being engaged. Offload from P50. So he swung down south to P50. I believe that's this one right here. We'll get to the other ones a little bit later on. Don't get too concerned just yet. Infantry from Hong Kong from P41 into Cochin China. Offload from P50. Yeah, offload in P50. Okay, Marine from Kyushu, off transport from P14, offload in P41. That's this guy. That's from up north, from P14. He dropped a Marine off here. Next page. This is very convoluted in some sense, because some of the earlier transports are re-engaged later on down the list, and some of it doesn't line up. Okay. Shore bombardment, 2 battleships. Adam Tonkin. Okay, we got those once. Medium bomber. Marine from Kyushu, off transport from P14. Same one that offloaded in Cochin China. Okay, that one works. He dropped 1 troop off there, 1 troop off there. That works okay. Next, further down the list, we have RD from Hong Kong, off transport from P41. Offload in P50. Same transport, offloading into Cochin China. Yeah, that one would work. So he could hang out here and drop off. Okay, in Cochin China, and there's that one works. So those two can do the trick, right? I don't know why I was confused before. I think it's good. I think it works out in the end. Ultimately, we have the sufficient transports to do the job, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. Okay, that one works. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That works with 2 transports there, one way or another. These guys are attacking there. Okay, excellent. I don't know if these subs, oh, they're probably going to be used later on. Malaya, shore bombardment. Okay, that's all good. All right, moving on down. So Hopei, infantry from Peking goes to Hopei. Good. From to fighting in Qinghai, tactical bomber from Peking. We have cavalry and mountain. Cavalry and mountain from Sichuan. Then we have all units from Suyan, which is a cavalry, a medium armor, 2 infantry, and artillery. So all these guys coming over here. I think that's going to be a pretty nice fight. Yeah, that's going to be a nice enough fight. I just wish it could reach into the action further south. Not that I would change it, but anyways. Shantung, Marine and Infantry from Peking, offload into Shantung. Good. Fighter from Peking also goes into that fight. Alright. 4. I think we're all set for our combats. And now we can go to the battle board and see this one out. Alright, let me quickly review one thing here about Gurkhas. Sorry for the long and belabored kind of message here. Just want to make sure I do this right. Function is mountain infantry and +1 attack bonus in jungle, but not a defense bonus, so they defend at 4. Alright? Unless it's mountains, then they defend at 5. That's my thinking. Because mountains are +1 defense in mountains and no attack penalty. Alright, looking at coastal subs. Are they here? Coastal subs. Target selected at 1. Convoy +1 modifier. Alright. Alright, I think we're settled then. Starting with the convoy rating, I guess. Let's grab some dice here. Okay, starting with the seaplane, I guess. Oopsie daisy. Rolling 2 dice, the attacker being the red, defender the blue. Alright, of course. Gets stuck. Red is 3, defender is high. So there we go, seaplane missed. Coastal artillery, coastal subs. Oh, that one worked. 3 and a 2. So by my count, that's 1 damage so far. And I'll roll for the defense of the convoy line in 1 moment here. So only 1 convoy damage. Let's see what the convoy defense rolls against submarines on a roll of 1. So very slim chance, but nonetheless it's not a 0. Okay, they missed. So only 1 convoy damage against that line here. That's not too bad. They survived. If the subs survive, that's good enough for me. And this seaplane is going to land back in... I guess we could do that later, but it lands back in the Philippines. Boom. Alright, moving on. Let's do this attack here in Malaya, British Malaya. Now, I'm somewhat fearful that I have too many units present there. Let's start with our shore bombardment by the battle cruiser, rolling at a 3. Miss. That's too bad. That's kind of a crucial feature there. Alright, let's take a quick peek at my videos here. Sorry about this. I want to review something quickly. Yeah, I count 3 Gurkhas in Malaya. Alright, moving on from that. So we have 3 infantry, artillery, and a fighter against 3 Gurkhas. So, by my count, the Gurkhas, since they function as a mountain infantry, that means that they are at 6s here for the Gurkhas. And we have plenty of dice here to go around. What's that? Italian destroyer. For the defense, we have a fighter here at 6. We have 3 infantry on the first round at 1, and 1 artillery here at 2. We also, we already rolled for their coastal attack there. So rolling these dice, copy, paste, minus this puppy here, because artillery doesn't land in the first round of combat. So very minimal dice. I'm a little bit worried for this one. I don't think it's going to go well. Miss all around. Miss. Okay, and the 3 defense here at 6. Sorry, not 6, 5. Because they're in mountainous territory and they function as artillery, infantry, right? Mountain infantry. Barely. One hit. So our marine gets scratched off the board. So it's this guy. We get to bump up the bring the artillery into the fight, and now we got 2 dice at 2, and still 1 at 6. Okay, moving on to round 2. With the our units here. We're hoping to get at least 1 hit here. We need to take off 1 hit per turn to really do any damage against them. Not a single hit. Bad. And the 3 defensive rolls at 5. That's 15 pips. That's almost a 1 hit per turn. And they lucked out. No hits that round. Alright. Reprieve. Momentary reprieve. Let's roll another round. Hold on. I didn't do that right. Okay. Since I missed anyways, it doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is revert this. The purple is going to be the 1s here, and the lighter colors is going to be the 2s. Because there's going to be, that infantry or artillery support there. Round 3. Okay, 1 hit. 1 hit by our fighter. Okay, let's see what these results are. There's got to be 2 hits now this time. I'm going to be pessimistic. But no hit. Alright, so we survived. Nice. Okay, good. It's actually going to go in our favor. Okay. If we can score another hit here, got it in the bag. 6 and a 2. So we got 2 hits here. That wipes them out. Good. Let's see what the results are from these 2 dice. At this point, there's nothing they can do. We've won this fight. That could have gone really, really badly. And they score a hit. So they go down fighting. They take away 1 infantry, but we're left with infantry, artillery, and a fighter. Okay. So we destroy these guys here. Boom. Infantry, artillery, fighter. Good stuff. Oops, we destroyed the fighter. Right on. Let's grab another fighter. And he's going to be landing here. Moving on to another battle. I'm going to copy this roundel here. 1, 2, 3 so far. This is so far a decent turn for the Japanese. Okay, we have 2 battleships attacking in Cochin China. Yeah, 2 battleships in Cochin China. I'm somewhat surprised he's not using them elsewhere, to be honest. But that's okay. I'm not going to question the Emperor. The Emperor knows what his business is all about. Let me just review that, because I think that's slightly odd that he wouldn't send them north to attack from the other sea zone. Sorry guys, I know this is a very long and rambling thing, but I'd rather be thorough than make mistakes. Okay. Cochin China, shore bombard from 2 battleships from P-50. Alright. Does he have any other units in this sea zone? Because here he's faced against 2 Gurkhas rolling at 5s, an infantry at 4, and this at 3, and in attack he's got 3 infantry, a medium bomber. I mean, maybe he's got it. It'll be a tough one. Just Got a bit of cannon fodder there as well. You could always park those ships there. Okay, I'm going to... you know what? It's too late for that. I'm going to just go with what his list is here. He says clearly shore bombardment from those 2 ships, so I'm just going to go with it. Well, hold on. Shore bombardment from 2 battleships from P-50. Okay. Nothing I could do about that. They're going to go and attack there. I'm sure the Emperor knows his stuff. Okay. 2 shore bombardments in Cochinchina. And a miss on both ones, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered in the end. Okay, then we have 2 infantry attacking at once. He was probably really hoping that he would get... There's a lot of ones here, but not the ones we need. He was really hoping he would get a hit on the first strike with the shore bombardment, I'm sure. Not a bad idea, of course, and by rights he probably should have. Miss. Okay, now we're going to roll all these together. I've got 2 at 1, and he's got 1 at... Would that make it 5? Slim chances. So 1 hit. We're down 1 unit. Okay, 1 at 1 versus 1 at 5. Almost had it. Actually, it's jungle. Jungle, but no mountain. So let me double check on that one. I think jungle reduces all attacks by 1. Jungle, Gurkha vehicle class. Nothing else is written here under jungle. I think we wiped them out. Mutual wiping out. Okay, that's not a horrible situation to have. So they still retain the territory, and I may have made a mistake on that, but they retain the territory. It's jungle, but we don't lose a unit there, so that's alright. That's alright. Okay, turning our attention up north here. So they have a few units going into the battle. Okay, so this guy's the only one not in the picture. So we have, for the Gurkhas, 2 at 5. We have infantry at 4. Because it is mountainous, if memory serves. Yes. The question is it fully mountainous? It looks like it's fully mountainous. Fully mountainous and a jungle. Let's double check here. Vehicle class -2. Gurkha +1. That's on attack. Yep, that's the only downside. Jungle, vehicle attack on defense, -2. Okay. Alright. Sorry. I am a little bit scatterbrained. It's late. It's actually 1 a.m. right now. 1:16 a.m. So late in the day. And then 1 here at 2. For the offense, we have... So they have 4 units here. And for the offense, we have... what is it? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 on the first round at 1. Artillery coming in on the second round at 2, but we'll put that here. And then we have our medium bomber rolling at this one, and that's going to be the big bucks right there, right? If we can get our medium bomber to hit consistently, that wouldn't be bad at all. Okay, so let's copy these dice. Oops. Come on. There we go. So this will be our round 1. Hold on, that's not a count, guys. This one is going to be a difficult one. Not a single hit except for the medium bomber. That's always good. Medium bomber's good. Excellent, excellent. Alright, and now for the defense. The defense has 4 dice. Really? Their 4 dice was at 6, 5, 10. Yeah, they have pretty good odds of scoring plenty of hits. And they score none. None at all. So far, so good. So we take off their militia. And these are the remainers. Nice. I've had pretty good luck. Okay, except now we have some minor changes. As we add the artillery into the mix. So we have 3. And those guys right here. Yep, that's about right. The dark purple are 2s. The light purple is 1s. So again, another hit from our medium bomber. No target selection for that, but that's always good. That's a good few hits here on our end. And for the defense, they are looking at 2 5s and a 4. No hits on round 2. Okay. There we are. So they lose their infantry, and now they're down to 2 Gurkhas. So I've had extraordinary luck as a Japanese. Here we go. 1, 2 hits. That wipes them out. 2 hits is all we need. And the enemies ought to score a point at this point. Boom. 1 hit. Okay, we could take off one of our infantry, but altogether a massive success for the Japanese forces all around. So they're going to take off 1 regular infantry, but apart from that, they managed to recapture some lovely territory here from the French, leaving them with 3 infantry, a medium bomber, and the medium bomber is going to be landing in Kwangtung later on. Boom. Nice. Okay, let's stop for a moment and tally up our results. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 territories captured. Let's change it on the board. 4 bucks captured, so 44. And I believe some of that's in the French hands. But Siam definitely is not. Oops. Siam definitely is not. And British Malay they lost as well. So we're down to 10 for these fellows here. Although, why wouldn't they be here? I may have made a mistake on that department. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is correct because Hong Kong they lost as well. So 4 there, and I believe the French are down, but I'm not sure where the French should be. So let's leave it at that and turn our attention to the other battles in this vicinity. Done that one. Good. Okay, turning our attention here to Shantung. So just a straightforward fighter, yeah, against those guys. Now the CCP have routinely had pretty good luck, so let's see if their luck changes as now the special advisor for the Japanese, from the Italians rolls on their behalf. So we're going to be rolling this teal dice as the defense for the forces there. On the attacking front, we have 1 infantry and 1 attacking fighter. So the defense is teal, everything else is the attacking force, with green being the fighter. Round 1. Miss on that front and hit on that front. So that concludes that battle, and the CCP forces have lost Shantung, handing it back once again to the rightful orders of the Asian Coast Prosperity Sphere. This guy's landing in Rihi. Okay, and then we're looking at Hope. That's a simple walk-on. So we see the Japanese have gained 3 extra bucks in this territory, and the CCP go down by 3. So let's adjust that, because I don't think there's any more territory changing hands. 1, 2, 3, and the CCP go down 1, 2, 3, dropping them down to 2. 47 is a nice tidy sum as the Japanese forces. It's not bad. Okay. Now we have one fairly large battle over here in Tsingtao. What do we have present here? I might just copy paste this entire thing over there. Copy. Paste. Now, not everything is going into the fight, because some of it I pulled in from Shens. Okay, that was a tactical fighter, a tactical bomber. Place that at 7 here. Boom. Get rid of. Actually, that could stay. Okay, we have 1 at 2, 1 at 1, 1 at 2 as well, another at 2 because we have this artillery here, another one at 1. Mountain is going to be here at 2. Actually, you know what? Let's pair the mountain with the artillery and bring them up to 3. And then we have the medium tank rolling at 5. I'll delete all this. And then for the defense, we have 3 and then 2 infantry here for those guys, for the CCP KMT. So it's going to be an interesting fight here. And I'm going to assume that we're going to take off the cheapest units first. Our opponents will have to fight on it, I guess. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. And I'm sure the Japanese are hoping for some good target selections to really take out the enemy. What did I do here? There we have it. And on the opposite side, we have one of these guys, one of these guys, one of these guys. Got red dice there. And then we have 2 of these guys. Alright, so rolling the red one first, seeing as that's our first strike. The artillery first strike at 2, and we missed. Okay, and now the rest of the battle proceeds. Kind of a clutter here. 2 at 3, 1 at 2, and at 5. So 5 barely scored a hit, but it succeeded. That's that tank. The tactical bomber missed, and 1 at 2 over here hit. The 2 being the mountain brigade. So we scored 2 hits against the enemy. Alright, that's not too bad. And the enemy rolls in response here. The purple being the 2s, and the teal being the 4s. Oh, that was almost a hit, and misses all around. Misses all around. Okay, 2 hits. They take off 2 militia. We move on into round 2. We add our artillery into here. Goodness, sometimes life is weird. I feel like I've been extraordinarily successful here. Okay, we have a 4 and a 1. I know those are a hit. This one's a miss because that's the mountain. Everything else missed, and artillery also missed because that rolls a 3. So 2 more hits here on round 2. And the defense is rolling 2 at 4 and 1 at 2. So really at this point they should score 3 hits. And they score 1 hit. Okay, so we take off one of our infantries here. They are down to 1 KMT infantry left. Okay, and we took off one of ours, did we? Not yet. Here we have it. Last combat roll. Alright, there's a 2 in here somewhere. That's this pink one. And a 3 from here. So our infantry and our mountain hit. Everything else missed. And for the enemy, they're rolling teal dice here. Let's see what those results are. A hit. So they did score a hit on the last round, but ultimately they were not successful. Now, I guess I didn't really ask order of casualties, but I think still this is a fair result. We've got a good few, and so you lost 2 infantry, we left with mountain, 2 cavalry, and artillery, and the tactical bombers. So that's not too bad of a result. So let's take off some dudes here. These guys come off the board. These guys, and this one as well. And we lost these 2 infantry. And there's that. Now I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's gonna land back in Rihi. But I'll just double check with my instructions here. Tsingtao, Peking, landing in Rihi. Alright. So that is it for that battle. I think that's a fairly decent battle at that point. Of course, the only question is if he wanted me to remove his cavalry first. Yeah, that would have been probably something I should look into. But if he does go for the attack subsequently, with 4 infantry and 2 mountain, they're only going to be rolling 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pips against 6, 7, yeah, they're going to be rolling some hard numbers to hit against these guys, but they might still go for it. Who knows? It might be worth it. But perhaps as the last casualty on the last round, they could decide to take off a cavalry instead. So I'm going to leave that to Major Foe. I'm going to assume that is the case right now, just because they might want that extra oomph, but we'll leave it at that. Okay, and I believe that takes care of all of our combat. So a very successful turn as the Japanese, as they've captured basically all of China, apart from Shanxi and up here in Xinjiang. Alright, we're into non-combat. So we've taken care of the aircraft as we've gone. We have heavy fleet carrier in P50, which is, nope, not there. Heavy fleet carrier in P50. 2 P50, okay. Where's P50? Up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the new battle fleet is forming, I take it. All 4 subs to P50. So that's this one. And these 2. And there's got to be another one on the map somewhere, I take it. I don't know if these are even here. I'm assuming not. I didn't do a great job after my last turn. But there's another sub somewhere on the map that's going to P50 as well. Who knows where though? So I'm gonna just duplicate this one here. Boom. Okay, then we have mech to Western Manchuria. That's this guy here. Then rail artillery from Peking to Western Manchuria. I thought we already used that one. I thought we used that in combat here. Maybe he meant to grab something from here. So 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know where it says rail from Peking to Western Manchuria. So I'm gonna assume I made a mistake and there was 2 artillery here. Let me look back at what I spoke about Shantung. Shantung, Marine and Infantry from Peking offload. Oh, from transport from P-42. Okay. Okay, yeah, I did that wrong. So, but I wiped them out on the first round anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So Western Manchuria, that goes there. Rail artillery from Tokyo to Honshu. Who's here? Rail artillery from... Oh, artillery from Tokyo to Honshu. 1 infantry from Honshu to Tokyo. Honshu to Tokyo. And light carrier to P-50 from P-42. That was here to here. Yeah, we got that one. Okay, so these transports will go to port here in Hong Kong. I have this transport that will go to port in Rihe, perhaps, since nothing can hit it. And I think that's it for all of our navies altogether. Now we go to place units. Should only be 2 Gurkhas in Malaya, it says here at the end. Right at the end of the combat. So that might change the, like at the end of the instructions here. So that might change what's going on in this territory. I think there was some errors on the British video, and so that will affect things to some extent. And they might even have better results. So yeah, my bad. We'll have to correct that on the British turn, I suspect then. Okay, so let's go on to place units, and starting at the top of the list here. Freefort and Wake. So that's where this guy's going. Wake Island right here. I don't know if this guy's in Wake either. I'm assuming not. I think he threw everything he could at Wake in the last turn he could. Freefort and Wake. Then 2 coastal guns, 1 for Midway. Wake and Midway here. Flip. Then we have minor port and Wake. Okay. 2 militia in Midway. Midway. Naval transport in Kyushu in port. Then we have heavy battleship being placed. Doesn't say where. I'm gonna say it's placed in port here as well. Yeah, I think that's safely out of range. 2 Marines in Kyushu. These guys here. And then we have a militia in Suyan. Where's Suyan? That would be here, yeah. And then we have militia upgrade, 1 in Midway and 1 in Yunnan. So Midway here. So I'm assuming there used to be a guy there, and 1 in Yunnan. So that guy replaces one of the characters here. There we go. And then lastly, we have medium armor placed over here. Nice. Well, that's pretty nice. Nice and tidy, I guess. That takes care of that. Good stuff. All right. Well, I hope I didn't make too many mistakes. I know this one here in British Malaya was a mistake that might need to be changed up. Or you know what? Some people might say, like, look, you know, I'm going to keep the results even though you're rolling 3 dice. I don't really know. We'll have to see how they hammer that one out. But for right now, I think that's it. So I'm going to do a little unit recap from my allies and opponents here to let them know what I have everywhere. And hopefully I don't have too many mistakes on the map. In fact, they probably shouldn't go off of what I have and just simply go off of what, just watching this video, as horribly long as it is. So the income collecting this turn is going to be, I have it here at 47, plus their bonuses over here. Okay guys, thanks a lot. Sorry for the long video. Talk to you later. Bye.